Hello and welcome to this special edition, Department of Labor Regulations, Money in Motion, and I'm Dan Perkins. This is the second time this week, this is being recorded on Sunday, I have recorded this message. I have done 7 others that were never broadcast because every time I would produce a new video, things changed. The Department of Labor, under the Obama administration, decided that they were going to weigh in as to defining fiduciaries. Now, they've never done this before. They really have no jurisdiction, but for some reason, they decided to create a new rule, not passed by the Congress, but a rule by the Department of Labor called the fiduciary rule. And it specifically affects retirement accounts, qualified retirement accounts, IRAs, SEP IRAs, Roth IRAs, KIOs, and other pension type accounts. The conflict that the Obama administration saw, or at least thought they saw, was between the brokerage firms and the brokers. They were concerned that the brokerage firms who manufacture product were selling in a disproportionate amount these proprietary products into retirement accounts, and that the brokers were being persuaded to because the commission on those accounts where they were selling proprietary products was higher than alternatives. So they believed they saw an inherent conflict of interest. They issued the regulations and they put in an effective order, and that was postponed. That was postponed and postponed again and postponed again. So I decided, basically, since the rules went into effect, the initial rules went into effect June the 9th, and the permanent rules go into effect December 1st, that I needed to respond to that raft of paper that you got on the changes of your retirement account. So what's basically happening is that brokerage firms who are in the business of manufacturing products, like Merrill Lynch, as it relates to these qualified plans that we've talked about, can no longer charge a commission per transaction. Instead, they will figure out what the transaction activity had been over the previous 2 years, and then divide that by 2 and convert it to a basis points fee. The fee will be assessed against the account on a monthly basis, and any transactions that are done will no longer show any commission structure whatsoever. So I was ready to do the video, and then on Friday it was announced that the House of Representatives passed legislation to kill the new regulations. So the brokerage firms have already sent out the paperwork, which you received, yet now we've got the House overturning it, and then it goes to the Senate. Can't be sure whether the Senate will overturn it or not, but our indication is that the Senate doesn't have a lot of people who are in favor of this rule. I know the paperwork is difficult to read and understand. It's not written in very good English so that the common investor can read it and understand. So let me try and help you understand what's going on, what has to happen. If you do nothing, in other words, you just stay where you are, at a point in time, Merrill Lynch will not accept my transactions on your behalf. And you may be forced to move your account someplace else. They will not contaminate their account system by having some people playing by the new rules and other people not. I have asked our broker at Merrill Lynch to look at the accounts and figure out what the fee would be on a monthly basis. What he's told me is that everybody will pay no more than what they've been paying, and he will get back to me with the fee structure for each account. So if we want to continue to have the flexibility to make transactions with Merrill Lynch, then we have to execute the minimum agreement, which is basically a fee-based, which will be coming to you shortly. I think it's important that we sign this agreement, but you must understand a couple of things. Over the last year, I have been talking to a number of brokerage firms about the possibility of moving the accounts from Merrill Lynch or Morgan Stanley or wherever we have your account to them. And what's been happening is that just about every time I think I've got a place to move the accounts, I get notification back from the people that I've been talking to that yes, they can take the account, but under the terms and conditions of the Department of Labor. So no less than what we're doing at Merrill Lynch. It's been very, very frustrating to try and figure out what is the best thing to do. I think the rule is asinine. I think the Department of Labor should not be in the business of making fiduciary rules. And I'm hopeful that the Senate between now and January 1st will overturn and get rid of this particular rule. Let me talk to you just a little bit about the possibility of moving. I have a possibility that I'm negotiating right now. I don't know whether that'll happen. I know that, for example, Fidelity, I was told recently, Fidelity's employees who have 401k with Fidelity on a custodial basis are suing because of the fee structure. I suspect that a lot of people that have 401ks with Fidelity are going to receive similar notifications. They are a huge manufacturer of products, so they've got a broker-dealer that executes trades. I really don't know what's going to happen with Fidelity. So all I can say is for right now, we're going to continue to what we're doing and waiting for the paperwork. And as soon as I get the prices for each of your accounts, I will send you a written letter telling you what is likely to happen in terms of what you have to do, what the costs are going to be. I have been told that it will not be any higher than what we're paying right now. My concern is that if we if we move the business, we have to be extremely careful, because I don't want to leave Merrill Lynch or Morgan Stanley or wherever we are and go someplace else and then have them decide on January 1st they have to change the rules. So we have to tough out this next 6 months or so to see what's going to be the lie of the land. But let me suggest to you the following. I believe that this is a precursor of a dramatic change in the brokerage business that will eliminate transactions totally, transaction fees totally, and in turn everything will be based on an asset. I don't happen to think that's the right way to do business, but if the laws change, we have to adapt and change to the law. So look for a note from me probably within the next couple of weeks as to what the fee might be for your retirement account only. This only affects retirement account, not your cash accounts. I will get that to you as soon as possible, and as soon as I get the information, I will get it to you, and then we can talk when it's convenient for you about what we should do. I know the paperwork is absolutely insane. It's unreadable. I think the rules are wrong, but we have to live with whatever the government tells us we have to do, and we're going to comply. I'm just going to try and find out and do my best to get you the best possible deal under these new rules. As always, should you have questions, please give me a call or send me an email. More to come on this. Dan Perkins. Thanks for watching.